Leading the Nightline tonight, the Sarawak government is planning to build a new coastal highway linking Kuching to Sri Aman, a move set to cut travel time between the two towns dramatically. Sarawak Premier Dr. Patiki Tan Sri Abang Johari says the proposed highway could reduce the journey to just 1 hour, transforming connectivity across the southern region of the state. Speaking to reporters after officiating the opening of the Sarawak Islamic Complex in Sri Aman on Saturday, he reiterates the coastal highway project is expected to significantly improve mobility for local communities while also opening up new economic opportunities in the area.
Kita ada jalan baru berwarna 4 lorong di Samarahan yang berhubung Kuching. Jalan ini akan kita connect dengan jambatan sejingkat. Apabila daripada sejingkat, Pening menuju ke kawasan Tanjung Bang. Dan jalan 4 lorong ini akan menghubung Samarahan menuju ke Sebuyau. Dari Sebuyau terus ke Lingga. Di mana kalau dah siap, saya rasa lebih kurang 1 jam ke Bandar Semangkap. Dan memanglah jalan ini juga connect dengan Penbonai Highway di sini. Dan satu lagi, jalan ini juga menghubung Gedong dan Semenjan. Dan ia akan keluar di Serian.
Enhanced road connectivity will not only shorten travel times, but also strengthen trade links, support regional development, and improve access to services for residents across southern Sarawak. At the same event, zakat contributions from commercial entities are being recognized as a vital mechanism in driving inclusive socio-economic development in Sarawak. Premier Datuk Patiki Tan Sri Abang Johari says the spirit of zakat distribution not only benefits the Muslim community, but also supports the state government's efforts to develop infrastructure that can be enjoyed by all Sarawakians regardless of race or religion.
Itulah kita di Sarawak tu. Kita pun mengingat rezeki. Apabila keadaan begitu, kita laburlah. Sama ada dari sudut bangunan, kegiatan ekonomi maupun dari sudut pendidikan.
This fair and comprehensive approach to zakat distribution reflects the principles of Islamic governance practiced by Prophet Muhammad during his leadership in Medina. He says the model emphasized justice, shared prosperity, and collective welfare between the Muhajirin and Ansar communities, values that continue to guide Sarawak's inclusive development agenda today. Media practitioners in Sarawak were honoured at the KUCHING Journalism Awards 2025, held earlier tonight at a hotel here in Kuching. The annual awards recognise excellence in journalism, celebrating reporters, editors and media professionals whose work has contributed to credible reporting, public awareness and the development of the state's media landscape. And to bring us more details from the ground, we now cross live to our reporter, Lorenzo Isaac, who is covering the event. Go ahead, Lorenzo.
All right, thank you, Cheryl. Shaminato, the KUCHING Journalism Awards 2025 was held tonight at Hotel Pullman in Kuching, celebrating media practitioners across Sarawak for their outstanding contributions. The evening began with a cocktail session and a networking, giving attendees a chance to mingle and connect before the formal proceedings. At around 8 p.m., the Premier Sarawak, Datuk Patiki Tan Sri Abang Johari arrived and the ceremony officially commenced with the national and state anthems. Welcoming remarks were delivered by Mr. Ronnie Teo, President of the KDJA, setting the stage for the presentation of the first batch of awards. Among the categories presented were press feature and news feature journalism, sports reporting, broadcast journalism, sustainability journalism, and business and economic reporting. Photojournalism awards were also handed out, along with the Petronas Community Wellbeing and Rural Development Journalism Award. Later in the evening, the Premier delivered his speech, followed by the presentation of the Digital Economy Journalism Award, the Tokoh Wartawan 2025 Award, and the Premier Awards 2025, and a souvenir presentation to the Premier. The ceremony concluded with a celebratory atmosphere, marking an important moment for Sarawak's media community. Back to you, Cheryl, in the studio.
And those were the updates from Sarawak. And meanwhile, the 2025 SEA Games officially came to a close as the green flame of the Biennial Games was put out during a colourful and energetic closing ceremony at the Raja Mangala National Stadium early tonight. Cheers echoed throughout the stadium as the athletes' parade commenced, marking the appearance of sporting heroes and heroines representing 54 different sporting disciplines. Now, the Malaysian contingent at the parade comprised 80 individuals, with senior sepak takraw player Farhan Adam given the honour of carrying the Jalur Gemilang. Thailand's Deputy Prime Minister Tharmanat Prompa was then accorded the honour of delivering a speech and officially declaring the closure of the Games, which began on December 9. Thailand dominated the 2025 SEA Games, finishing at the top of the medal table with an impressive 232 gold medals and 454 overall as the host nation. Indonesia claimed second place with 91 gold medals and a total of 305, followed closely by Vietnam in third with 86 gold medals and 256 overall. Malaysia placed fifth overall, collecting 56 gold medals and 229 in total, placing fourth, marking a solid performance for the national contingent at the regional games. The flags of the Southeast Asian Games Federation and the 2025 SEA Games were lowered before being handed over to Youth and Sports Minister Dr. Muhammad Taufik Johari and Olympic Council of Malaysia President Tan Sri Muhammad Norzai Zakaria as a symbolic gesture of Malaysia assuming host duties for the region's largest sporting event in 2 years' time. Police have uncovered a drug processing laboratory believed to be run by an international syndicate through 4 raids across the Klang Valley last Tuesday, seizing various types of drugs valued at 1.53 billion ringgit. Bukit Aman Narcotics Crime Investigation Department JSJN Director Dr. Hussein Omar Khan says 3 local men and 3 foreign women aged between 24 and 39 were arrested during the raids, while a total of 18,537 kilograms of cocaine, ketamine and methamphetamine was seized. Investigation reveals that the syndicate had rented a 3-story bungalow in Cheras at a property in Sungai Chua, Kajang, to process and store the drugs before distributing them to international markets. At a press conference, Hussein says the haul was definitely one of the biggest drug seizures ever in Malaysia. The operation was not conducted, Hussein says that the drugs would have implicated more than 68.5 million users. According to the investigation, a Malaysian man served as a storekeeper and assistant chemist, 2 other locals acting as his trusted aides. They oversaw residential houses and business premises turned into illicit drug labs. The syndicate is believed to have been operating since April, supplying the international market. The 6 suspects have been remanded in custody until Tuesday. Meanwhile, police are on the hunt for a man suspected of trying to swindle a gold shop in Cabang 3 after allegedly using counterfeit cash to buy jewellery worth tens of thousands of ringgit. The incident, which unfolded on Thursday afternoon, ended in a brief struggle before the suspect fled the scene empty-handed.
Kuala Terengganu OCPD Assistant Commissioner Azli Muhammad Noor says the man, believed to be in his 30s, arrived alone at the shop at about 3:10 p.m, disguising himself with a white prayer cap, sunglasses and a pink face mask. He reportedly browsed several gold bracelets, snapping photos under the pretext of seeking his wife's approval before returning repeatedly and attempting to complete a 30,000 ringgit purchase, a move that ultimately raised the sales assistant's suspicions and exposed the alleged scam. The 36-year-old sales assistant then asked the suspect to hand over the money for counting. The suspect then handed over the money bundled inside a yellow plastic bag. Realizing his scheme was exposed, the man fled the scene in a dark blue Perodua Asia parked in front of the shop. A check revealed the vehicle's registration number was fake. Police are obtaining CCTV footage from the premises and nearby shops for further investigation. No losses were recorded as the suspect did not manage to take any jewellery. Meanwhile, the case is being investigated under Section 489B of the Penal Code for the use of counterfeit money.
A 41-year-old primary school teacher has been charged in a sessions court yesterday over alleged sexual abuse of a 12-year-old student in July. The accused pleaded not guilty after the charge was read before Judge Nur Hisham Muhammad Jafar.
According to the charge sheet, the teacher who was entrusted with the care of students is accused of touching the genital and breast areas of the victim, a Year 6 pupil. The incident is alleged to have taken place inside a school library. He is charged under Section 14 in bracket A of the Sexual Offences Against Children Act 2017, read together with Section 16 of the same Act. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years in prison and whipping. During proceedings, Deputy Public Prosecutor Adriana Maisara Muhammad Farid proposed bail of 10,000 ringgit with one local surety. The defence sought a reduction, citing the accused as the sole breadwinner for his family and caregiver to elderly parents. The court allowed bail at 10,000 ringgit with one local surety. The case has been fixed for mention on January 23, 2026.
Taiwanese President Lai Ching-te addresses an internal meeting at the National Police Agency following a premeditated attack in Taipei that left at least 3 civilians dead and 11 injured. Lai says rapid response forces must be trained to immediately suppress such aggression at full speed, adding that these units should no longer be just standard rapid response teams for public order, but must be trained and deployed as counter-terrorism police forces to protect the stability of Taiwanese society.
一旦接获讯息，快速部队一定要迅速赶到。 而且要有能力制止这种攻击行为，而且我们要提升到不单纯是治安的快速打击部队，要把它往反恐的简历的布置、训练这个制度上方面来建制，才有办法保护台湾社会安定跟民众的。
A 27-year-old suspect set off smoke bombs in Taipei's main metro station during rush hour on Friday evening before launching into a stabbing rampage. He killed 3 people in an attack that spanned the main station, an underground shopping district and another metro stop. At least 11 others were wounded. The suspect, identified by his family name Chang, was wanted for being absent from reserve service. He had served in the military but was discharged over drunk driving. The suspect died by jumping off a building to evade arrest in apparent suicide. Officials called the attack a deliberate act, but said the motive was not immediately clear. Thailand on Thursday bombed a building in a Cambodian casino town and major crossing between the two nations as foreign powers pressured them to halt reunited border clashes. Thai fighter jets dropped 3 bombs in an area of Phuket City, bustling casino hub popular with Thai gamblers, the Cambodian Interior Ministry said in a statement. The attack damaged the warehouse and other property, leaving 2 civilians with minor injuries. The renewed fighting between the Southeast Asian neighbors this month has killed at least 21 people in Thailand and 18 in Cambodia, while displacing more than 800,000 people. Meanwhile, Thailand on Tuesday says that between 5,000 and 6,000 Thai nationals remained stranded in Phuket after Cambodia closed its land border crossings with its neighbor. Cambodia's Interior Ministry says the border closures were a necessary measure to reduce risk to civilians amid the ongoing combat, adding that air travel remained an option for those seeking to leave. I'm Shulz Mato. Thank you for watching and have a good night.